Yeah.
And literally, welcome to NXT Time with D-Walk. D-Walk's not here. He's not the Invisible Man, and he's not John Cena. He'll be back in a second. Here.
Invisible D-Walk tonight.
Yeah. Invisible Woman, how are you today?
I'm all right. How's everybody?
Oh, shit, look at that. Shoo. Like
are you wearing a jacket in the house?
What the fuck?
It's a long story, bro. I had a long day. Y'all don't understand. I had a long day. Like Michigan weather is like cold in the morning, 6-degree weather, and then weather. Like y'all understand. Like it's crazy in Michigan weather.
I got in a car accident yesterday, and I'm still here.
Man, Michigan weather is crazy. Okay, don't judge me.
30. It could be a little chilly right now.
Yeah. See.
Yeah,
I'm from Philly. So
she's optimistic while living on a Puerto Rican island.
No, I'm from. I know cold. Okay, I'm in a winter with no heat.
It's like a Floridian saying it's cold when it's 65.
We went 72 all day, and then now it's fucking like 52 degrees outside. It's weird.
Oh, double up. Thank you. All right, D-Walk, take us away. Let's start this NXT with some surprises and some craziness. Hey, Ambrose.
How y'all doing? Welcome to NXT. This is your boy, Mr. D-Walk. I got company and everything. We here chilling and everything. I got Mr. Joe BNCO. We here to talk about NXT this week and everything. You know, it was WrestleMania and everything. And then I got the Invisible Man, Invisible Woman. How y'all doing? What's going on? What's happening? Let's get it, bro. Like, what y'all think about this week, WrestleMania and everything, NXT? Let's talk about it.
Okay.
I feel like banging myself over the head after night 2 of WrestleMania.
Me too. I feel like having a loaded shotgun and putting it in my mouth and then just pulling the trigger off night 2 of WrestleMania. You know?
I feel like hitting myself a second and third time after seeing NXT this week.
I feel like hanging myself off night 2 of WrestleMania. Like it sucks.
Look for the results.
All right, there's a lot to talk about. A lot happened. A lot of shifting sands, if you will. Where do we start? Honestly, I mean, what are we talking about?
Just go chronologically and go all over the place because this is NXT Time. You know what? Hold up a second.
What are the highlights?
Hold up.
Favorite match?
Hold up. D-Walk, hold up. D-Walk.
I said that's the question I asked. What was your least favorite match?
Let's go backwards from your least favorite to favorite. Let's just do a nice little like jazz session tonight.
God damn it! Okay, look, I'm gonna flip it on y'all.
Okay.
And let y'all pick it instead of me. So it's y'all pick.
Okay.
It's a question for you two because you both have something to say.
This is not tennis, ladies and gentlemen.
It's on y'all. I don't have no question.
Oh my God.
I was disappointed with the fucking show. I was disappointed.
Okay,
I was disappointed with the whole show. The whole show was disappointing. You're coming off Stand and Deliver, the biggest pay-per-view of the year for the NXT brand, and coming off of WrestleMania. This should have been Raw, NXT, and SmackDown this week should have been so fucking lit that they make the damn pay-per-views look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like Raw or NXT delivered that.
I feel like they were advertising for SmackDown.
They did.
They were.
I feel like they're trying to. They're trying to oversell the WrestleMania, and it was shit. The second night was shit. First night was okay. Second night was shit. That's why all the highlights they showed on Monday Night Raw were from night 1. Yeah. All the highlights from WrestleMania were from night 1. They didn't show night 2.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I mean, besides the main match, what was night 2?
Cena.
But I'm saying before Cena, like
the triple threat with Io, Rhea, and Bianca.
Fatal
and
4-way.
The Grande Americano was it on the second night? Or the first
that was
night?
first night.
That was first night. Street Fight with Damian and Drew.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry,
Hey, that
Randy
was
Orton.
basic, bro. They did that before, though.
No, that
Joe
was night
Hendry,
two.
Randy Orton.
Yeah, you're right. Joe Hendry and Randy Orton.
But that made Joe
uh,
Hendry look weak.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
The women's tag titles.
Yeah, because Becky and Bailey came out. Becky came out night two.
Yeah.
And
So, like,
and hold on a minute. I want to say this because I know they're fucking watching. WWE, if you're gonna steal our shit, at least give us some fucking credit for it.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, I don't have a problem with helping your brand and helping your company. I don't have a problem at all. But if you're gonna take the shit that we're spewing out there, I'm putting it out there right now. Give us some fucking credit. Put our name in the credits. Do something. Because you did exactly what I said you should have done on night 2 of WrestleMania with Becky and Lyra Valkyrie. You did it the fucking next night on Monday Night Raw.
He's angry.
Everything the big guy.
They constantly taking our shit, and we don't get no credit for it. It's
everything the big guy say. Everything the big guy say. It is, bro. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say like I'm like X-Pac and Kane and Joe was like Kevin Nash and Scott Hall.
Okay, it's a lot of old reference to my girlfriend. Understand?
That's a reference. Like that's how we is though. That's how we roll.
Yeah,
it's bullshit.
He's the guy that falls asleep in the milkshakes.
Oh man, come on.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Back. First off.
Oh
I
my
gotta put the
God.
button and then get on it.
Oh my God.
Hey, Triple H said that the whole time. I'm just going off.
Okay, go.
All right.
Go.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. This is the thing. I want the opinions because we gotta talk about it.
Okay.
I thought Stand and Deliver was pretty fucking good. WrestleMania. I mean, honestly, like the vibe watching it was cool. The actual show was like, all right. I don't know. We'll go through the highlights, but
what was better, night 1 and night 2?
To you.
Hold on. Wait. Okay. Let's circle back. No, because I wanted to address what Joe was saying, and that, like, yeah, we all enjoy sharing our theories and predictions of what could happen, and it's nice to actually see it play out. But when it happens over and over again, it's like, okay, is it a coincidence? Or are they just like all of a sudden getting really good at booking? Or like 2024 was all over the place.
They did it the day after we had the live watch along.
Yep.
The next show. I was like,
and I was disappointed. Honestly, I didn't want them to lose the tag team belt, but
I didn't want them to win.
I was like left field.
I didn't want them to win it. I wanted them to screw up. I wanted somehow to be a fuck up, and Becky turned on Lyra, which they did anyway because they lost the belt.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You know, and then she beat the shit out of her. That's exactly what I called for it to happen at the pay-per-view, but that didn't happen. And I was pissed off that it didn't happen because it made more sense for it to happen. Her husband's also a heel. So it makes good sense for her to be a heel again. Also, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Now, I know what my least favorite match was. Let's start it off, and everyone has their own least favorite match for NXT. Joe says everything, so that's everything.
NXT?
I do. Lexis King versus the mystery opponent who is Noam Dar, and because this happened, because Penn and Teller backstage is like, "We'll give you your cup back," and they're all wearing the same clothes. By the way,
I'm happy
from Saturday.
No. Why would you be disappointed in that match? Yeah.
That match. This is why.
It was something different.
No, this is why. The whole magic thing, like you have to say everyone magic is real, and then do a mystery opponent. I'm like, all right, fine. What the fuck ever, mystery opponent. I'm thinking like Axiom, Frazier.
I kept saying Eddie Thorpe, to be honest.
I was like, maybe Tavion Heights again, Miles Bourne. They just did Bloodsport, and they just like, we're coming back anyway. We'll talk about that later.
He was disappointed.
And then when Noam Dar came out, I was like, oh shit, Noam Dar's back. It's been almost a year, and they said 11 months. I'm like, well, almost a year. Where the fuck is Last Legend in Jakara? Where the fuck is
TNA?
Lorenza? You know,
Oro Mensa's on Evolve.
Evolve. I get that. I get
The
that.
girls,
But Jakara and Lash.
the girls are doing TNA.
Okay, see what I mean? When they come back, yeah, when they come back, and then there's guaranteed to be a Noam Dar evil storyline. Was like, I came back and nobody was around.
They're going to be
Where
back
were you
next
guys?
week, and there'll be a
But
big
it's a
celebration.
surprise.
No,
It was a surprise.
They should like in the minds of a person that started off as a babyface and turns heel, because they should not be a team anymore. They were just boring together. And since they've been gone, they've been showing that Metaphor is boring as a 3-person group. As a tag team, Jakara and Lash have been losing on and off for a whole fucking year.
Metaphor's been boring all in all.
No,
and Oro Mensa got demoted to fucking Evolve. So much so he's only won one match and he's sitting in the VIP table. Wow.
Hey, but it got potential though, but they don't push it.
Or
Metaphor could be just like
okay.
Metaphor could be just like any of these fucking other groups, but they don't push it, bro.
Okay.
Noam Dar is dope as fuck.
Okay, but as a group, I'm gonna say this is what you're really trying to say.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Because Alex has a point.
Okay,
Noam Dar, Mensa, and Metaphor are boring as fuck. They've been boring. They were boring as fuck when they were all 4 together. They're boring as fuck as 3 of them. They're boring as fuck when they're by themselves. They just boring.
Yeah,
hey,
Jakara
guess what?
and Lash by themselves are awesome, but as a tag team, they fucking suck because they always lose. It's not a great showing that Jakara and Lash always fucking lose.
They don't always. Well, they have.
Hey,
they have been losing this whole year.
Guess what y'all just did?
Been gone for a year.
Hey, guess what y'all just did? Y'all just bored me into a drink. I'm going to grab a drink right now. That's how y'all did.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Don't blame us for your alcoholism.
Don't you do that. Don't you do that. I bored you into alcoholism. Don't you do that to me. You lied. Okay.
This coming from the guy that created this coming from the guy that made AA fucking relapse and start drinking.
Wow.
That's what
I didn't say nothing about, you know what?
What?
I didn't say nothing about breasts and nothing like that, implants, asses or nothing like that. I said drinks. I'm gonna have a drink. I get D for it. That's bullshit.
Okay, now first off, Invisible Woman, Cardium, your thoughts on the match and the ratings. Since we're talking about Les is King versus Noam Dar coming back. You've never seen him before.
Yeah, I mean, I was like neutral on it because again, this was literally my first time seeing Noam Dar. I came in right after he left.
Yes,
like that was. I was talking to Alex about it when we were watching the match. I came in when
Ethan Page got he got the word I'm looking for is he.
Oro Mensa
was on site. Yeah, Oro Mensa was on site on Ethan Page.
Ethan Page went after Noam
Dar. Like he walked in like, hey, I
came in right after that point where Noam Dar left.
Ethan Page put out Noam Dar, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't Ethan Page put out Noam Dar?
What do you mean?
Didn't Ethan Page put Noam Dar out?
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like because Ethan Page just came into NXT while Noam Dar was walking out, and then they said, "Oh, Ethan Page did that." We clearly know that wasn't Ethan Page that actually did it. They just used Ethan Page as like, "Well, since you walked into NXT, we need you for a storyline. Here you go." I was like, "Oh,
you're the scapegoat, buddy."
Yeah. So, and obviously Noam Dar can bring the storyline back, and then when Ethan Page has a match that's important, he can pop out of nowhere and say, "We gonna fuck you. You fucked me over 11 months ago." True.
Also, the rest of Metaphor could come back.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yes.
My thoughts on the match. I give it a solid. You said B, neutral. I don't know.
Okay. D-Walk, your thoughts on the match and rating. I'm gonna say mine at the end because.
I gotta give it a goddamn motherfucker C minus because it gotta connect right, bro. Like it gotta be right. It won't right. Especially towards WrestleMania weekend. It wasn't.
No. Okay, Joe BNCO.
I'm going to give it a C. Right down the middle. Because I did like that Noam Dar tried to rub off Lexus King's beard.
Yeah.
He tried to wipe
That
it
was
off.
kind of cool.
That was
kinda
kind of
cool.
funny.
Remember,
I was like, finally somebody does it.
yes.
Yeah, that was funny. I agree.
And that Noam Dar is the champion, is the Heritage Cup champion again, which he's probably going to change the rules back again to bring prestige back to the cup.
Okay, I get that. That makes sense in a way. I give this match a C, whatever. I give the creative team back and the creative team back in NXT at FU because one, you took the Heritage Cup off everybody to give it to Lexus King, and he made all these fucking rules. It hasn't even been it's been only 3 months, less than 3 months. Now it's gone. Noam Dar takes it back. We're just resetting everything all over again. So he'll fight Beyond and this guy and this guy and this guy all over again.
But they're taking the cup off of Lexus King, I believe, because they want him to chase the North American title.
No, a lot of people are saying that too, and that's fine. But I just hated that he cheated and made a whole new set of rules just for him to lose it in less than 3 months. You should have done it for a year.
It doesn't always work when you try to make your own rules.
I know. It's just and they played him. Two old ass magicians played him.
Yeah, they could have been working with Noam.
No, he just was a dick. It's fuck you, Magic. Magic ain't real. Or we're just gonna fuck,
Yeah.
But all right. This is leading up to another match. My second least favorite, but it makes sense. Backstage, all the women. Zaruka was backstage, and everyone was celebrating. Thea Hale came out and said, "Hey, that was cool. I'm gonna go after you too one day." Then Jada Parker comes out. Hold up, Joe. I fucking predicted this. What did I say that Jada Parker was gonna come out? Jada Parker came out. Oh, no one's trying to hear that girl. Everyone had a week on Saturday. She walks away. You're a loser. Kaylani comes out of nowhere. Oh, you're a loser. And then and Fallon Henley came out. You're a loser. JC Jane, take care of it. Jason Jane's I'm not taking care of shit. You lost, so you gotta take care of that shit. And then they walk away, and Thea Hale just I'm your huckleberry.
You missed one part, and that's where Thea Hale told Ruka. She said, "If it wasn't me that won the belt, I wanted it to be you."
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and again, this is a totally different Thea Hale. This is a totally different Thea Hale, more stockier.
Did you see her?
Crazy?
Did you watch her match?
Yeah, I watched her match.
She's a problem. That's a problem.
I know she's a problem. That's what I'm saying. Right, I even saw her. We just saw her on Instagram the day after hanging out with Harlan Lewis. Shout out to Harlan Lewis. And I'm sorry you got dumped by Cora Jade. It happens. You'll find love somewhere else.
It's Cora Jade. She dumps everybody. I mean,
I know.
She works her way through the locker room like a $2 hoe.
I didn't say a. Okay, hold up. I gotta press it. Sorry, Joe.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You can play it again. Ho 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 ho. Jade.
Okay, no, you only get once if you try to force it. You can't force the naturalness. While that happened, we lead up to Thea Hale versus Fallon Henley. This match only lasted 3 minutes. D-Walk, mute yourself.
Yeah, we could hear you. Mumbles.
You're talking to there you go.
No, I mean I ain't mean to, but yeah.
Sound like you were in a hostage situation.
Oh man, come on, man.
Leave the money behind the trash can.
Please, sir. It's on the left. Now, we get the Thea Hale versus Fallon Henley. Match was very short. Fallon Henley went to the outside with Thea Hale, and then JC Jane tried to do a big boot while Fallon Henley was holding Thea Hale. She moved. Fallon Henley got knocked into the stairs. Fallon Henley went inside the ring. JC Jane's oh no. Thea Hale went to the ring, did a nice little cartwheel variation into the double underhook Cody Rhodes or Crossroads, and did the Kimura lock. 2 seconds later, Fallon Henley tapped.
Yeah.
Thea Hale on the rise. Now, Joe, thoughts, rating on the match, and the prospect that every girl that called her a loser
is going to lose to her.
It is exactly is going to lose to her.
They're
Going up
targets.
to let's say going up to Seoul. Let's say that.
Yep. It's gonna that's what's gonna happen. She's gonna beat the entire locker room.
Yep.
And then she's gonna challenge Soul and be like, look, I've beaten everybody back there, and now it's my time. I was like, I want a shot at that.
That's right.
And there's no denying me because I've beaten everybody. Except for you, which will change at blah 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 whenever they're gonna wrestle.
Battleground.
Probably. September?
No, Battleground's on May.
Is it May? I thought it was September. I thought that was a September pay-per-view.
No. They said it May 25th is the next NXT pay-per-view.
They fucking changed the date of that shit?
Yeah.
It used to be
They
September.
always do that shit. Yeah. So rating on the match?
Not good to B+. I mean, it was great.
Okay. I get that.
I went and made a TV dinner. By the time that shit was 5 minutes was up with that, and I got back to the counter to eat it, it was over. I was like, what the hell happened? The fuck? The hell making her tap already?
Yeah, it happens. That's what happens. All right. Cardi M, thoughts, rating, and like I said, booking that every woman that called her a loser she's gonna snap their arms to get to Soruka. Or Zoruka.
I wouldn't mind seeing those matches.
Oh, we will.
I think, kill 'em with kindness. It works.
She's not really mugging herself.
Well, yeah, everybody was coming at her for no reason.
She just came back out of nowhere. Remember, like when Ricky Starks came in, like, what the fuck is this chaos? Same thing for the girls.
Okay. Jada Parker walked up and
I am in no
said some
mood.
shit.
I'm in no
Kaylani,
mood.
who used to be nice, walked over and said, "Yeah, she's right. It's not the same locker room you left. Like none of you had to be."
Then Fallon Henley came out of nowhere. I love that Jasmine Nix didn't say shit. She's contractually obligated not to say shit for the next like month and a half. No, Jasmine Nix. She didn't say a fucking word. She's like,
and fuck Jada Parker, by the way. Who the fuck is she to say anything? You get title match for free and lose them all. The hell, you ain't entitled to say shit.
Yeah.
I had a week. You got pinned by the champion. Shut the fuck up. Go to the back of the line, Jada Parker. Nothing against you.
Back of the line, she's go to catering.
No, catering would just make her butt bigger, and then she makes her stronger in the run. Like, let's not make her stronger in a gimmick finisher that you should be doing. You know what I love about Jada Parker? When she did that, like, I thought she was gonna do the hypnotic, but then she did a blockbuster. Why did you just do a blockbuster? Quick ass blockbuster to the 1, 2, 3.
She's going to become Nikita Lyons.
Of course she is. If you take her ass to catering. Either way, backstage. After I give this match a, and because
I don't think
what?
I'm a grown ass woman. Blah, blah,
Now, you gave it a rating, so I actually appreciate it. Did you give it a rating? Yeah, A. I gave the match an A. I give the match a double A because of the fact that Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix and everyone else, they're gonna break up. That's gonna happen a lot more faster than Abel, and I love that shit.
Don't be surprised if you see Gigi Dolan and Jasmine Nix back together again. I mean, not Jasmine Nix, but JC Jane and Gigi Dolan back together again.
Probably, but I would love to see that Jasmine, if they're still pushing Jasmine versus Thea, and it's a no contest or a double count out or a disqualification because they want to protect Jasmine and protect Thea. Say it like that, because I think Jasmine and Thea in the future is going to be the Orton Cena. I think I got this weird feeling with those two, because Thea and Jada, whatever. Thea versus Laura, fucking Thea versus Tatum Paxley, maybe, but Thea versus Jasmine. Like,
they're saying that Trick Williams and Lola Vice are supposed to be getting called to the main roster.
Good. Bye. Whoop that trick your ass to Raw.
Did you hear that?
Either way,
Lola.
I was just
Lola's supposed to be going up too.
Lola, take her ass to SmackDown. They'll love her in SmackDown. Have fun over there with Maxine and Natalia. Knock yourself out over there. Either way, Backstage, Sean Spears is trying to say, "Look, I'm looking out my friend," so he might be setting up a match between Izzy and the other two with something. Either way, Amora comes out in the back. He tells Ava, like, "Hey, I'm really sad that I never got Briggs a tag team match. I get the tag team champions," and he starts crying. And then it was like, "Oh shit, my bad." Briggs walks in, is like, "Oh, Amora, why are you crying? What's going on, man? Fuck." And Ava's like, "Oh, you know what? Okay, sure. You know what? You get a tag team title match next week. I'm sorry, I'm out of your bye because you can't deal with emotions. Just get the fuck out of there." And Briggs is like, "How you did that?" Ancient Japanese secret. And then he smiled, and the tears are gone. So he lied to Ava, and he was a great actor. Shout out to Japanese actor. Loved it.
That segment. That sounds awesome.
He was Inamura was like, he's really like, you feel like he's crying, and I was watching. I'm like, damn, what the? I mean, he's a good actor. And
he's so
Briggs
sad.
comes in, but Briggs sold it too. Briggs is like, yo, why are you crying? What's going on? Hey, Ava, what do you do? And it's like, no, don't look at me. Don't look at me. I was like, what happened? So they played that out. So next week, for I was about to say that, not Fraxium. Hank and Stank. So D-Walk. So D-Walk doesn't say it. Okay.
Now look, if
Yes.
if fucking Briggs and Inamura win these tag titles,
They're not.
Listen to me.
Relax.
That means they really are stealing our fucking shit, because I've been saying that they should give them the tag titles for a while.
They're not. I think. Okay, you know what? Predictions. Next week, Hank and Stank versus because D-Walk that's why I catch his ass, because he's like, "Oh, Hank and Stank." But if I say it first as fast as possible, he's like, here's that little blue Windows
Hank and
95.
Skank.
Exactly.
Hashtag Hank and Skank.
Hank and Tank. Either way.
Skank.
Hold up
They're
now.
skanky.
They're not skanky. Invisible Woman. Predictions on Inamura and Briggs versus Hank and Tank. First title defense. They're first.
Inamura and Briggs versus Hank and Stank.
Yeah.
Hank and Stank should have never had the titles. Hank and Stank, they fucking like they don't deserve it. They haven't proved shit to me that made them earn the tag team titles more than anybody else.
Speak on it, baby.
Okay.
Go.
All right. First of all, yes, I can take do deserve these titles. Give them their shot.
Yeah.
They have paid their dues. Give them a chance in the spotlight. Now this match, I'm conflicted because I don't see why they couldn't give the belt to Briggs and Inamura just for like a short while, but also I don't, now that Hank and Tank have the belt, I don't want to take their thunder. So I don't know. But I think it's gonna be a good match. That's what my predictions are.
Okay. All right. That's wow, you just copped out. I get it. He didn't give me an answer. He's like, "Oh, both of them are gonna have a great match."
Can I say it like
D-Walk,
this?
Go on, D-Walk.
What have they done to make themselves so good? That tag team turmoil was a bunch of bullshit. That tag team turmoil was with them sweeping everybody. They were not even supposed to sweep everybody. They were supposed to lose to the. They were supposed to lose to the fucking Jack Dempsey and them. They weren't even supposed to win all the way.
No quarter catch crew.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, the pause right there for a second. You continue for 1 second after this. I have to give context. I love that. I watch now because of Joe. I watch everything everywhere. Dempsey and Tavion were going to be on Bloodsport during the weekend. Therefore, there was no way that they would have defended or tried to fight Fraxium on Saturday. So therefore, they're null and void right off the bat. So that's one. So you want to give me another tag? Then you only have Tyreek and no. Inamura is literally. I just saw it. Inamura is literally leaving in less than a month. He is leaving. He's not getting
I know
extended.
he brought it.
is
He brought
leaving.
it up. He brought it up in the interview in the thing with David. He even said that he's going to be leaving soon.
Yes. So like him getting the belt only to lose it in less than a month because he's not taking it back to Noah. So the way that this tag team is going, so I'll say my predictions now. Inamura and Briggs fight Hank and Tank. They lose. Briggs snaps. Briggs goes on a singles run because he just murdered his tag team partner. Inamura, dead on kayfabe, goes back to Noah. And then Briggs, using that death, boosts his character, which he needs to. He needs to get a. If Trick is leaving, and I'm guessing we'll talk about that later, but Oba is now a babyface or a tweener. You need a tweener. Look, you need a Dijakovic for your Keith Lee, and Oba's a Keith Lee. We need somebody to be up in that level. We can't keep renting Moose. Sorry, but Joe, go. Your thoughts on this and what your prediction on the match?
I would like to see Briggs and Inamura win the belts. Now, I understand he's leaving soon. You can either have them lose the titles back to the same team, or you can have a surprise happen to where he takes the belt and goes to Noah, and Briggs goes with him. And then they have to have an NXT team go to Noah to take the titles back. Works for Noah and NXT. It's a crossover.
That's a one-off, though. That's a one-off.
Yes.
Like
it's a one-off, but that would be fun.
That would. That like what they did at NXT back in Japan back in 2017. But the thing is, since Fraxium had the belts as the NXT champions, that's what made NXT was better and was made the tag team division in NXT badass in the sense of Fraxium going everywhere with those belts. If Inamura, like I said, Inamura is stuck in Noah. He can't go to NJPW. He can't go to anywhere else. He has to stay in fucking Noah and just represent it in Noah. NXT
that's what I said.
Anywhere.
That's what I said. Yeah. That's why I would do it in Noah, but I would do like a fatal 4-way or something. Do it something good, like put Fraxium in there, put Hank and Skank, and then put fucking you could put No Quarter Catch Crew in there as a third, and then have and then have Inamura and Briggs, and that way you get a fatal 4-way for the tag titles. So Inamura and Briggs won't even be involved in the pin.
I like either idea, honestly, just to shake things up.
Yeah.
But again, it's only fair to give Hank and Tank some time in the spotlight. But considering that Inamura's leaving in a month, you could use that. So
yeah, I get that. But speaking of tag teams that might break up, backstage,
me as a writer. Thank you.
Miles and Ren were watching highlights from Bloodsport, and then Miles is asking Ren, why didn't they ask you for blood? So it's like, oh, no one asked me. And then why didn't they ask you? Like, oh, no one asked me. Darkseid are walking backstage. They're like, oh, no one asked because you guys are losers. You guys should just break up already. Javon comes out of nowhere and said, y'all need to shut up because I'm Javon. I'm not paraphrasing. Darkseid, look, you're a loser. No one's going to defend you. No one's going to help you. Miles, I'll help you. I'll talk to Ava and we'll have a tag team. You two against us two.
You're supposed to say it with a lisp.
I'm not saying that because that's Miles. Then we get to the match: Miles and Javon versus Darkseid, which is just Osiris and Dion with Cutler and Sugar backstage in the.
So, how do y'all feel about that match? I mean, like to me, Javon Evans, to me, he need to get his weight up. Javon Evans need to get his weight up because the fact about it, like, if you want to be a heavyweight, okay. So look, imagine this: through that whole match, every time he's trying to do a dive, they caught his ass and they slammed his ass. So what made it different between Trick and Obafemi catching his ass the match before and slamming his ass? That tell a whole lot of difference. It took 4 people to slam you, and it took over 1, 2 people to take you down. Come on, man.
Okay, all right. Got a point. Now, this is the point that I have to bring up. Sorry about that, baby. So let's talk about the match first, and I'll talk about that later.
Well, I mean, I can respond to that.
You responded. I responded. I have a response too.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think that Javon Evans is going to continue. I'm going to call him like a heavy lifter. He doesn't have, whatever. Like, he doesn't have to keep bulking up to be strong. So
Okay.
if he has to be more grounded to take on bigger opponents because they can just catch him flying through the air, then he has to start, picking up Obafemis more often. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, but Rey Mysterio is heavier than Javon Evans. But we don't see Rey Mysterio picking up nobody heavier than he is.
Okay, but Rey Mysterio is not on that counterpoint. Rey Mysterio is not taller than Javon Evans.
But Rey
And this is-
Mysterio is way more.
But he
Javon Evans is taller, but he weighs less.
yeah.
We don't see
That's
Rey
the problem.
Mysterio trying to lift heavyweights. We
Okay.
see Javon Evans trying to lift heavyweights.
Okay. Now.
We don't see that with Rey Mysterio.
Okay, but because Rey Mysterio realizes at his age right now, with being more than my age, about 4 or 5 more years, he realizes doing those things are going to destroy him. Plus, Rey Mysterio has had so many surgeries over the last 20 years.
Okay.
This guy is just made of Wolverine metal, honestly.
So, what happened the last time Rey Mysterio jumped at the heavyweight? Kevin Nash caught him and threw him to a trailer house.
Yeah, that's
That
when
was
he
the
was
last
20.
time.
That was 20 before the surgeries.
Yes.
Before the surgeries. Now.
Big Show had him
go on,
strapped.
Joe.
Big Show had him strapped down to a fucking gurney and swung him like a baseball bat into the corner post.
Yes.
Yes. Now, this is the point I want to say. Now, I'm gonna give respect to Javon because again, later on during the show, Omafemi gives respect. They didn't have to, but just did it anyway.
Mhm.
But the fact is this: if we believe that Johnny Gargano was a NXT champion and he is shorter and skinnier than freaking Javon,
Mhm.
and Javon is only 20, and Johnny Gargano was 30-something years old.
I don't think that's
With the again, this is the point I want to say. Javon, whether you like it or not, Joe and D-Walk, is an up and coming superstar in the making. He's only 20.
Excuse me,
Only
sir.
20.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
sir. Johnny Gargano outweighs Javon Evans by 30 pounds. He's 200 pounds.
30
No,
pounds,
no.
but he's 15.
Yeah.
He's about 10 to 12 years older than Javon, and with
But
way more
he not-
experience. I'll say that. Go on.
I'm not knocking Javon Evans. I'm only saying he doing moves that he not supposed to be doing. You doing
That's-
power moves that you're not supposed to be doing.
He's critiquing
trying
his style.
Yes.
Like you burning yourself out.
But
When you doing power moves on a super heavyweight, you burn yourself out.
what D-Walk is trying to say is, and I get what he's saying. He's trying to say, for starters, you have trainers that are training you, okay, as a performer in NXT. You have trainers that are training you. Who is training him as small as he is to try to do heavyweight moves?
Yeah.
Whoever it is, the
Somebody.
trainer is wrong. The trainer should not be doing that.
Go on.
He needs a trainer to train him high-flying moves and ground and pound, and that's it. He needs to stay away from power moves. He's not a big guy.
Okay.
yeah, I was gonna say, if he could combine like speed and power and maybe do like a spear, but that a lot of different wrestlers have. been
Everyone
trying
does a
that out
fucking
lately,
spear.
So
But
something like that.
yeah, but what I'm saying
Hey,
now is
Would
yeah,
it
go
be
on.
dope? Would it be dope if he did? If he did a fucking what was the fucking you run like he could do a move where like he get a motherfucker down on his knees and run up on his knees and hit him with a fucking knee shot.
Oh, okay.
Shining Wizard. Shining
A
Wizard.
Shining
Shining
Wizard.
Wizard, yeah.
He could do a
That's
Shining
fine.
Wizard.
That's fine. Like you do a
He
Shining
took some
Wizard,
off-
you could do it. You could do a whole bunch. You could do a short DDT.
Yeah.
You could do a whole bunch
He
of
could-
different things. But again, he's only
He could
20.
he could do a diamond dust when the person's on
Yeah.
their knees too.
That's fine. He could do a
But when it come to
penetrate.
Obafemi, when it come to him and Obafemi, there's no contest.
Okay, but
Obafemi
here's-
is like Thanos to me.
Here we go. Here's the point, though. Whether you like it or not, they're setting it up in the stars that in the next year it's gonna be Javon versus Oba. They're not giving us Trick versus Oba.
Yeah.
And Oba in this weird Nostradamus type of way,
Yeah.
it's only gonna fight. No, hold up, Joe. He's only gonna fight in triple threat matches. They're never gonna give us Oba Femi in a one-on-one match for a very long time.
We're about to have another triple threat match coming up this next pay-per-view.
Look at that shit. Like, and guess what? Oba Femi has a spotless record against triple threats. So we could put that shit on house money and freaking still win because he's not gonna.
They were about to have a one-on-one.
Javon Evans, I feel, is going to be. He's always going to be the third wheel.
That's fine until a year from now.
I don't think he's going to win. I feel like he's always going to be the third wheel to take L's.
No, I think no. I disagree because again, if Oba would have not said anything and said, "Look, I underestimated Javon. He's a young OG," that's setting up a seed for the future next year and next year Stand and Deliver when it's going to be Javon versus Oba for the belt, and then Oba's going up.
It's been a year.
No,
it's been a year. It's been a year. He had a triple threat match against Trick and Ethan Page, and he lost. He had it. Then a year later, he's got a triple threat match against Oba and Trick. He lost. He's being used as a third wheel because that is all he is the good for. They're doing the Bailey route.
Joe. Hey, go hold on. Shout the
if Javon Evans beats Oba Femi, I will quit watching wrestling.
Okay, first off, let the lady talk.
Done.
Okay. All right. I will keep it short and sweet and say that does it make sense that Javon Evans could be the next Jey Uso?
No.
Why?
No.
He's not over. No. Nowhere near over enough. Nowhere near over enough.
I didn't say he was. I didn't say yet. I said it down the line. He's like the underdog.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be the man of the people. Like, he's going to win through merit and like doing the work.
Like a Sami Zayn, like a Gargano, like a freaking like a Tyler Breeze, like a freaking like all these other guys that we've seen on NXT. You want to be like, hey, these guys are underdogs who should never win the belt, but they won the fucking belt.
Hey, look how long it took Jey Uso to get to where he is.
Yeah, because he was a tag team guy.
Yeah,
20 years slid off because of a moment.
Javon Evans will never ever be how Jimmy or Jey Uso is.
But
in that category on skills.
I don't know. The thing
never.
is, go ahead. The thing with Javon Evans is for as long as I've been watching him wrestle on NXT, I've always been saying the same shit. Like we just watch him get his ass beat, and he was rarely taking a win. He was rarely having his own storyline. It was just like Joe said, he's kind of like the third wheel, or he's the fall guy. But I mean, he's done the fucking work over the past year. He has bulked up. He has gotten stronger. And even if he's still taking losses, we see that progress. So I don't think there has to be this constant pressure to bulk up just for it to be a visible. He's just a dude with a high metabolism, probably.
But have you put in work like the Usos put in work? The Usos put in work. They carried Roman Reigns' bags for fucking years.
Give him 5 years. I could see him on the main roster, winning
5 years.
And I say again, D-Walk, as a tag team, the Usos, who are never supposed to be main eventers, guess what? One of them is, and the other one will never be one. That's the way it is. But Sami Zayn, who is never supposed to be the NXT champion, Kevin Owens, look, let him be the champion. I'll take it off him, and then we'll try it again. And they did it again.
I mean,
freaking Bo Dallas was the fucking NXT champion. Do we have to go back to the credibility of champions here at NXT? Why can't
Bro,
Javon
that's simple.
be a
That's easy.
champion
It don't
and then
matter, bro.
Oba leaves in the Royal
Okay.
Rumble?
He said it with natural.
So look at the
on.
comments. We have comments from Kane, by the way. I can't pull them up, but it says, you think he's going to have it that long? I think he's talking about Jey Uso. And Kane, to answer your question, they just gave the motherfucker his own cereal.
Yep.
He has frosted Yeeteos. He has his own goddamn cereal, bro. He's holding it longer than 3 months.
And guess what? We'll never see it in Puerto Rico. So if it comes to Puerto Rico, I'm going to buy one of those boxes.
It's on WWE Shop.
I'm not going to WWE Shop. I'm saying if it comes to Puerto Rico. I'm just saying that, all right? That's all it is.
You have to buy it through their website, like the Bootios or FYE.
Sorry, I'm cheap. I don't give a shit.
Right. Okay, now let we're just swinging our fallacies here.
Not me.
Let's talk about let's actually talk about Obafemi.
Look at the
And
next
then-
thing Kane says. I could see him as a future North American champion. He does not say anything about being a world champion.
He's gonna be a world champion, Kane. He's going to be a world
Obafemi?
champion. No, Javon.
Mm.
I see Javon. Look. Give me a second.
Sure, please.
Thank you. Because he's still connected to the Dark State. Once he not if, but when he defeats Dark State, then whether you like it or not, that gives him credibility to go after Oba. Oba, after defeating, which I'm guessing is going to be a rogue gallery of random people from TNA and NXT people. He's probably going to fight every single person at Dark State or two on like.
It's like Thanos fighting the
Yeah,
Avengers. Like,
he fights
he'll go
everybody.
his way and-
But he realizes himself during that year that Javon is doing his own little path and actually kicking ass in his own little path. And he realizes, like, I don't like Javon's cutters because it actually fucking knocks me out. I don't really want to do that again. And he keeps he ducked them. We have to remember in the triple threat when he actually pulled the referee out of his feet. Which shout out to the referee. The commentary, someone said he actually kicked him in the face. The referee's like, get the fuck off me, motherfucker, and kicked him in the face.
Damn.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm doing my job. I respect the ref for that. Other than that, let's just talk about something else. Oba comes out, talks about Javon Evans, gives him respect, talks about Trick. I ain't working with Trick no more. I ain't fighting Trick no more. That's that. Trick comes out, whoop that Trick. The guy right here.
And then the next part
Has his own
happens.
serious wild yo yeet. Then Trick comes out like, oh, you and me have never fought, which is true. Him and Oba has never fought in a one-on-one, which they should have that.
Yeah.
Then he's like, I'm no average Joe. Say his name, he appears. He comes out, Joe Hendry. Even Joe Hendry.
We are tired of this
Thank
faggot.
Joe BNCO. We don't say those words, please.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
TNA World Champion, also known as the crash test dummy for the WWE.
I'll say that 1,000 times over and over again. You can say that to the glee of the world. Being gay as you are, which is the former word of being happy. not
He's
the
a
word of being
bitch.
homosexual.
He's a hoe.
Fine.
He is
He's a hoe, but that's fine. You can call him a trollop. Don't use
Why
the
the
F
hell
word
would
anymore,
you?
Mr. Joe.
Why the hell would you have him lose? Have him come out for a match with Orton and lose within inside of a couple minutes,
We'll talk about 3 minutes, 12 seconds. Now
and
we'll
then
talk
have him
about
come
that
out
in
in
a second.
NXT to challenge for another title.
Now he comes out. He talks to Oba. He tells Trick, the different Trick that I attacked him before. You're a bitch. You're just like which turns Trick into evil. Trick tells he tells Joe like you lost in WrestleMania. Joe retorts and says, "Well, at least I lost around 60,000 fans while you were in the stands." So that's a little retort. Oba and Joe look at each other saying, "We're both champions." Trick is not. Let's get him the fuck out. Trick is outside while Joe and Oba are looking at each other, which means next opponent for Oba is probably Joe. Which another fun fact, Joe's like, I have a match on Sunday on my own TNA channel. Never says who's the opponent. The opponent is Ethan Page and Kazarian.
Frankie Kazarian.
Fucking ridiculous. Didn't even say his name.
Also, Joe Hendry's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Hendry? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's supposed to be. hurt.
Like allegedly. But guess what? They're not giving the belt to Ethan Page. Like TNA is like, thank you for the WrestleMania thing. You still shitted on us. So we're just giving it to Kazarian. A guy who shouldn't deserve it, but oh well. Fuck it.
25
TNA.
years in
They
the
don't care
business,
about
you don't deserve the world title?
Kazarian? No. Kazarian's boring as fuck. Great wrestler. Not a great wrestler. Okay wrestler. Has his own little style, but not like
they've given world titles to less interesting people like JBL.
Yeah, well, that's JBL. He has a following and shit, man.
What
That's
following?
the way it is. But either way, Joe, what are your thoughts on Trick turning kind of heel? Oba acknowledging, like we already talked about that. But
Good.
Joe versus Oba for the future.
No. Good Trick. Good. The Trick's turning heel. Now they could put him when they put him with Mello, it'll make sense.
Yeah.
And then Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry. Why?
Because we all
Why?
be at the same time. You know, I just with him.
Why are you here?
Talking.
Why are you coming to NXT?
Why not?
Why are you coming out at WrestleMania to face Randy Orton just to lose
Because
within 2 minutes? To be a bum.
for the
To look like a bum. For the memes. Okay. So you come out for the memes to look like a fucking bum.
Kane.
No one tells me that Kane's here. Shit, what's up, Kane?
Hello.
I don't know this shit. This you and D Walk. Y'all, not me.
I hear a whole lot of shit talking going on.
Hey,
Man.
you is him and he is you.
Yeah.
What it had
Hey, say his name and he'll drop for a 3 count. His name is Joe Hendry.
Hey, but think about it though. The point is behind Joe Hendry and Randy Orton is just to give him a little bit of shine time, bro. Yeah, that's the whole point. He was not supposed to win. It didn't matter who came out there. They was not going to win.
Look,
It did not matter.
Yeah, but it would have been a better match, I think, if they would have had Nick Aldis come out. I think the match would have been a
No,
little
no.
No, let me see my face. That's
Yeah.
Magnus is a better wrestler than Joe Hendry.
Mhm.
Yeah. Magnus.
No, at the end of the day, this match was entertaining. I'll say that.
Which one?
Hey, this I'm gonna do my Joe Hendry. Hold on. Look, I'm invincible now. Boom. That's my Joe Hendry right here.
Your screen froze.
If you want to be Joe Hendry, lay on your back on the floor and count to 3.
Okay,
Wow.
let's go back to okay.
Have
Thank you for
have
Kane.
the money in your hand while you're doing it.
Okay, Kane, since Joe and Dennis have been drinking that moonshine. What are your thoughts? Let's go back in a couple matches. What are your thoughts on Thea Hale versus Fallon Henley? Thea Hale won, and the possibility that everyone that made fun of her on NXT tonight, she will fight and win.
I didn't catch it, man. I was not able to catch it. All that I caught was the part with Joe Hendry, Trick, and Oba.
Okay.
What were your thoughts on WrestleMania? Did
you see WrestleMania?
Yeah, I watched both shows.
Okay.
Watched both shows. Night 1, I thought night 1 was incredible. I love night 1. Number 2, night 2, it was here and there. It was here and there, but the Cena thing, I wasn't really. I did find the Randy Orton and them. That was pretty interesting to see Joe Hendry come out there, because that would have been something that nobody expected. I'm not a big fan of Joe Hendry, but hey, it didn't. Like I said, it didn't matter who came out there. They was gonna lose. A fired up Randy Orton, they was gonna lose, bro. It didn't matter who it was. So Joe Hendry, and the match wasn't even long. If you would have blinked 3 times, he would have disappeared. So
he did.
Yeah.
Yes, that match made me laugh. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It was,
and we all seen that. Yes,
but
we all seen that heel turn coming with Becky Lynch and stuff.
Oh yeah,
we seen that coming like a mile away.
I called that shit on the live watch along with all of us on there.
Yeah,
and then the next night they fucking mimicked it. I was like, "Are you fucking serious right now?"
Tell you,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they watching us, man. They watching us.
I went
No.
off earlier on a big rant, so
Yeah, he did.
Cardella,
We
go.
all did. But no, speaking of Randy Orton and Monday Night, and John Cena, what are your thoughts on Randy Orton versus John Cena?
Perfect.
Battleground.
Perfect.
No, not
Backlash.
Battleground, something else. Whatever.
Backlash.
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 Yeah,
Sorry,
backlash.
And it's in Randy
Backlash.
Orton's hometown.
Yes, and Randy Orton and John Cena has a very extensive history, very extensive. So
Very.
who other better? Who other better?
Okay, I get that.
I agree. And I also agree in a sense that I don't agree with John Cena taking the belt, but I do think there was nobody else that could have taken the belt from Cody Rhodes.
No one.
Like there
Orton.
something iconic to where it's like, all right, like can't top that.
It wasn't no one that would have built up enough to be able to get it.
Exactly.
It was no one.
That's the point. That's the point. Like, there's no one else at the point. And again, he brings up the fact that John Cena has 27 dates left. So in 27 appearances, and not match defenses,
Appearances.
Appearances.
That means if he shows up and waves hello, that's an appearance.
Appearance.
It would fucking suck. Like that's the shitty part about it. He can literally be
Get paid.
no, like they could put the music on and he could be in a skybox in the arena. All right, I'm here. I'm out.
Yep.
And that's it. And he could play that shit for a couple times, but then like you can't play it all the time. But here's the point I want to say. Here's the point I want to say. In this new faction that since we're kind of before we get to the main event, in this new faction that's happening between Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and the Wise Man, there's gonna be a fourth. And possibly the Man.
Yep.
Which would make a hell of a lot of sense. Becky Lynch being the Man with her husband Seth Rollins being there, which makes sense.
Never been a Paul Heyman girl either.
No,
there's never been a Paul Heyman girl.
Never been a Paul Heyman. That's true. Never been a Paul Heyman girl. But what are your thoughts on the fourth member, which is going to be either Ethan Page? A lot of people have said that. I kind of heard a rumor around there that Axiom.
You said Becky Lynch.
No, Becky Lynch is not she doesn't count. She's the Man.
Well, why couldn't she be the fourth person?
She'd be the only female in the group.
Yeah.
She doesn't count. She's the Man.
He's talking about
she's the Izzy Dave.
He's talking about another guy in the group, and I've heard rumors that Austin Theory might be the fourth.
That's what I heard too.
I heard Axiom. They try to take him off, take a mask off.
I've been hearing Austin Theory a lot.
What happened? What happened?
Talking about the
D-Walk.
four-man group. Seth Rollins.
Hold on,
Braun
wait.
Breaker.
We have a button for D-Walk in situations like that. Give me a second. Here we go.
Hey, hold on. About that,
Right.
I need to find me a Huckleberry. So if it's a Huckleberry out there, I'm looking.
You don't got a bush in your backyard?
No, but
No.
expect this when you get to the backyard of D-Walk.
Book a T for the flatline. Someone get the defibrillator.
Man, what? But be honest with it. Be honest, I can go either way. Ethan, I think Ethan gonna be a good fit. He's someone new and fresh. Hell, I can even see what's the guy? The guy you just said, little guy.
Austin Theory.
Yeah, I can see him.
Problem is Triple H don't like him.
Yeah, but Triple H gotta look at what's best for business too.
Right, but Triple H don't like that motherfucker, and he'd rather put somebody else in there. Anybody else.
I'm good with Ethan Page.
I'm like, bro.
All ego.
The trainer, the deal say make sauce and do all this shit to make it easy for this nigga, bro.
I don't feel like all,
background. Okay.
I don't feel like
anyway.
all ego fits with that group because he's all ego.
Yeah, but
He's all about himself.
The counterpoint for Ethan Page is that since he's a good talker, he doesn't need Paul Heyman, which makes sense. Like, why would you give a guy that's a good talker to a guy that is a great I think again, it's either again Ethan Page could be a good fit. I don't care, but I would like Axiom. They've never seen his face, so they can play up the fact that we have a fourth guy. No one knows who the fuck it is.
What if it's
and
Jeff
Axiom
Cobb?
is a good fighter.
What if it's Jeff Cobb?
No, there's already one heavy. You need a Randy Orton. You don't need two Batistas. A lot of people have said that in podcasts. You have a Batista who's a heavy. You have a
Seth
Triple H
Rollins. Seth Rollins is your Randy Orton.
No, Seth Rollins is your Triple H.
But I mean, as far as wrestling wise, he is your Randy Orton.
But as far as character wise, he's your Triple H. We're looking at his characters, not looking at wrestling wise. Braun Breaker is the Batista. We can all see that. And Paul Heyman is the Ric Flair.
Yep.
Old and will probably never wrestle.
Old and wise beyond his years.
Exactly.
Who do you feel, Alex, is going to be the guy?
I want to ask you. Cardallo, what do you think is going to be the fourth guy?
I don't know. Now that you put Becky Lynch in my head, I can't think otherwise. But I guess Ethan Page.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay. I get that.
like I said, I think it would be awesome if it actually was Becky Lynch. And
I just feel like Paul Heyman's remaking the Dangerous Alliance.
A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people
It's
saying
starting to feel that way.
Yeah. But either way, I want to talk about the main event because we can talk about this for another hour and a half. Stephanie Vaquer versus Booker. I'm sorry, not Booker T. Stephanie Vaquer versus Roxanne Perez. For whatever reason, because you walked out. Here's the thing, though. In NXT, it's the reverse of things. You can walk out of a tag team match and not finish the match and get eliminated, and then still have a title going against Stephanie.
that part.
Did it?
No fucking sense.
She knows the rules don't apply to her.
But did it feel to y'all like? I mean, I'm sure everybody here watched the match. Did it feel to y'all like Roxanne Perez was not trying?
Yep, she wasn't.
It really felt like she wasn't. Her heart wasn't in it. Like she's like, I know I'm gonna lose, and they're gonna fucking dog the shit out of me until I get called up to the main roster. She's like, what the hell does it matter?
Yeah,
and it's not fair to her. What direction does she want to go as a wrestler? You know, we don't know that.
Not her choice.
She needs to get the fuck off NXT is what she needs to do and go to the main roster.
Yeah. I liked the idea of her and Julia on the main roster. Like that was kick ass. As like a tag team on the main roster.
On paper.
I mean, it's true. It's kind of like a fuck you to Court Jade. I don't know why, but
makes no sense at all.
That's good beef, I guess. I don't know.
And
you have that, but it would make good for the breakup and having a Roxanne Perez versus a Julia like a WrestleMania.
Sure, but here's the point: you just buried Cora Jade once again because you're never gonna finish that storyline with Cora Jade.
Cora Jade's used to it. She's used to.
Again.
Cora Jade's used to it though. She's used to being buried and on her back. She's used to that. Or buried head deep in somebody's lap. I mean, she's used to.
Roy, get it, girl, get it.
I'm your Huckleberry.
There's a lot more buttons than Huckleberry.
she's used to bobbing.
Okay, that's fine. But here's the point. Stephanie Vaquer points to Booker T, and you know what?
By the way, the crowd was chanting one more time for that move again, and Vic Joseph said Booker T can't take another one. He's gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah. Michael Cole said the same thing too. Like, oh, I'm glad Booker T's out here who have a heart attack.
And then they did the awkward. Is this the one where they did the awkward camera cut to Booker T?
Yeah,
just for a second. He's sitting there.
Like he's legitimately getting a blowjob while this is happening. Like I think weird stipulation in his fucking contract now.
He's got the Jergens and the Kleenex up there on the announce table for himself.
Yes, but here's the problem though. When they cut away the Booker T, both of his hands are up. He's like this.
No, I mean you could tell he's like
It's
facing,
like- it's
he's
sitting
sitting there
there
facing the other
free.
two commentators.
Yeah. No, they're
But it
both
just-
looking at
they're
him
try-
like
they're trying to like
He's-
cover their asses with that, but it just
He's doing a Vince McMahon.
still
Oh
sounds
yeah.
wrong.
Oh, yes.
They know it feels wrong. It's just a running joke at this point.
it's
among
a
everyone
running
there.
gag that's going through all over wrestling. Because again, and shout out to Post Wrestling and Up Next, Poison Rana. They brought up the fact that that's the reason we have the video is that during Stand and Deliver, there was only 2 people that had 2 flaming things with and they only
They
brought
wouldn't care.
they only brought it up for that specific moment of the damn show. Exactly. This is getting viral and it's getting bad.
I thought about that the other night too. I'm like, the people that bring signs to these shows, like, I guess in the case of WrestleMania, you don't know what order they're gonna fight, but you know that you know who's fighting and you know what you want to say.
Yes.
And I think that's
I wonder how his wife feels during all of this.
She don't give a fuck. He just keeps buying her fucking diamonds. He don't give up. She do not give up.
I mean,
But-
listen.
I think I'm gonna get me a box of these.
Oh, I sent you the picture. You can see it.
Yeah, I see.
Frosted Yeets.
No, the shit that you say sometimes, like, it just
I told you
be like
that motherfucker got a cereal.
was-
He just became famous.
That was year 1 of my, relationship with you. Year 2, I'm more
Yeah,
conservative.
you're much more tame now. These
Exactly.
days are, like,
Yeah, Joe and D-Walk.
constantly pressing buttons.
Joe and D-Walk together. I have to have buttons and then either way.
You wait till we get out to Puerto Rico and we're all
Of
out
course,
there.
you got
just
fun.
wait.
You can say whatever the fuck you want as long as you don't say the N-word in front of people around you. Because people will look at you like you're on an island, remember? An island where there's no cameras around.
Why the
Remember
hell did I
that,
say
ladies
that?
and gentlemen. Remember that. Anyway, Roxanne versus I got a little PTSD. Roxanne versus Stephanie.
A whole line. Open doors, bro. At 8:50, we got 5
D-Walk
minutes
is having
left.
fun with D-Walk time. Hey, shout out to
Whoa.
everybody in the back. Stephanie did the devil's kiss and then pointed to Booker T now that she knows that this is becoming viral. In the end, again, Roxanne wasn't really putting a lot of stuff in there. Stephanie did the SVB for the 1, 2, 3. Roxanne stab. Salu. In the background, and Joe, if you remember this, I think Kane, if you saw that part, you saw the ending. Jordan Grace was there in the background. I swear
There's
to
me a
God.
muscle.
And if Jada Parker's there, was she in the background?
It was Jordan Grace and Julia.
Okay, thank God. Shout out to NXT finally realizing that if you keep fucking pushing a loser, we're gonna fucking notice. Jada Parker lost.
Again.
Let her ride it out for a while.
No, let her fucking realize that the
If
fucking
she fights-
hubris.
If she fights,
Send
Cena,
her to catering or Evolve.
Well, never started. Nah.
They have a
The
Jada Parker
hostility.
Evolve. They have 2 Jada Parkers
I
at
want-
Evolve.
There's people you can send to Evolve, but not Jada Parker.
No, not Jada Parker.
Yeah.
Red Sinclair go to Evolve.
Maybe
It's the
maybe-
hostility for me.
She can get
She's
a
another
whole
one that
group
just
of
gets
people
her
and
own
big
identity. Like,
booty
that's
crew.
the difference with Thea Hale now. Is she has her own identity.
Yeah, she's
And
a grown
not
ass
just
woman.
Like I call her like the bulldog of Chase U, but now she's a grown ass woman.
Yeah, speaking of Chase U, we'll talk about that in a second. Wait,
Yeah.
hold up now. Rating of the match, Joe.
I don't want to rate this match high because of the fact, and it's not Stephanie's fault at all. And I understand where Roxanne's coming from, but I'm giving it a C. I just felt like Roxanne's not into it. Stephanie was just going through the motions, and it was very mid. And it should have not been mid. It should have been a banger of a match.
Bro, say it was mid grade.
Yes, sir. Like most of the show.
Okay.
Mm.
Cardi M.
I agree that trying to keep my train of thought. I agree that we didn't really necessarily need this match, so I'll also give it a C in that, like, yes, it was a good match, it was a standard match, but Yeah, they didn't need to be giving Roxanne a match after she walked out on our tag team partner. Like,
exactly.
I know she's the prodigy, but like, it's just consequences, the girl.
And guess what? The reason they give it to her because there's no one else to give it to Stephanie after NXT, and you can see Stephanie was tired.
Well, so
She was
like,
having match after match.
She didn't have to come out and do a match. You could have
No,
just
you had
let
to.
it
You had
sit.
to. You had to.
Eh. She
Stephanie
could have
won.
come out and talked, or
Well,
like did like a, did like a segment or something where she flipped what.
Because remember the Io Sky one, and then Stephanie came out, and that was a bad language barrier between those two. I want respect.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I mean, like I said, it was a decent match. It just, I don't know.
It was there.
Train of thought.
It was there. It was there. All right. I give this match a C as well, C across the board, because honestly, Stephanie just had a match on Saturday and then had to fight Roxanne for whatever the fucking reason.
And Monday, she had a match against Io Monday too.
And she had a match on Monday. So having to fight Roxanne, who wasn't even like half-assed doing it, it wasn't that great. And then Booker T, like, it's starting to get cringe. It's not even getting funny anymore. It's just getting cringe. And every time Stephanie, who I think is going to be a champion for a fucking year, we're going to have to, like, Booker T doing the, doing the whole thing with Trick Williams. Awesome. Doing the Cholula Green with Lola Vice, that's just him being, like, racist and horny being racist. That's him, whatever. But this whole thing with fucking Stephanie, and Stephanie is gonna be cool with it first 3 or 4 times, but doing that shit 8 or 9 times, he's like, and then he looks dead in her eyes. Yeah, oh yeah, and then Stephanie's like, I don't want to look at you anymore. I don't want to do it anymore.
That ain't creepy at all.
Booker T starting to give me Vince McMahon, Bill Cosby, Diddy vibes.
Not the Bill Cosby and the Diddy.
There's a lot of big words there. There's a lot of big words, a lot of big people important. But let's move on to Chase Kane. Did you see that match, Stephanie versus Roxanne?
Yeah.
Main event.
Didn't want to.
Really?
Didn't want to
means you saw it.
Didn't want to.
Stephanie versus Roxanne.
What are you rated, Kane?
I think it didn't look up to par, bro. It looked. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm still gonna follow along with giving a C plus maybe.
Okay.
C plus. I mean, it. I wasn't a big fan of it. I kind of. That was my bathroom break time.
Everybody felt like it was missing something, and I know it's missing.
It was missing a lot. It was missing feelings. It was missing emotion, and it was missing fucking wrestlers. That's what it was missing. It was missing a whole lot of shit.
Let's go.
I'm excited for the rematch between Dio and Stephanie. Go ahead, Dio.
So shout out to
damn, dude.
He kicked himself out by accident.
Shout out to I'm leaving. Mic drop, bitch.
Hold on. I gotta press it. Holy shit. In the eyes of an angel, we shall miss you. Oh.
My bad. I pushed the wrong button on my phone. I got a phone. Shout out to the crowd, though.
Oh, shit. Hey, everybody.
Shout out to the crowd. No.
That was fucking hilarious.
Hey, look.
Oh, my God.
What do you got? The entire Speedway kitchen in there? What you got? The entire Speedway kitchen in there in your bedroom?
I got the Speedway crew in this joint.
Okay.
Speedway.
Why aren't we seeing falafels and pitas going on?
Hey,
exactly. Okay,
we can throw falafels and everything. You need falafels? We can throw falafels.
D-Walk.
Let's make some shawarmas.
The reason that you just left, and you might want to rewatch this because we did this for you. Ladies and gentlemen, rewind that shit, bird selector. In the eyes of an angel, we shall miss you. Oh.
Hey, I love y'all. Y'all some assholes and everything. I respect that, though. So
You left, man. We thought you just went to the other world. The
Wow.
upper room, man.
The upper room.
The upper room.
Oh,
Okay.
What were you gonna say?
What were you gonna say, D-Walk? Go on now.
All I gotta say is, WrestleMania Night 2 was a piece of shit. I could have did better. I could have did Legos and all that other shit and everything with it.
Not the Legos.
And Booker T is a piece of shit.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now,
Legos.
here's a question. My apologies for everybody. Chase U as a video package backstage. Hey, John, he opens up a briefcase. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. The air around me is so coffee. Anyway, and a Chase University jacket comes out. Right? So, Joe, what are your thoughts on Chase U coming back? Which is a weird stipulation. What is it? Thank you. With Chase U coming back, which is a weird stipulation, and he already has two people. He needs one more guy and one more woman. Who do you predict are those two people? Go.
He already has two women. He already has two dudes.
Nope.
He has the
Nope.
two tag team.
Yes, but in Chase U, it was him. Oh yeah, you're right. So he
Two guys and a chick.
Just Chase, Uriah, and that other guy. So okay, so he has a quota on guys. He needs a female. He needs a woman. So
Fuck it.
Joe, who is the woman that's gonna replace Thea? Because Thea's not going back. He's like, I was an alumni. I'm doing my own shit. I'm a grown ass woman.
Fuck it. I
She's
say
gone.
let's bring in Brinley Reese.
Okay, no, that doesn't count. She's in Evolve. Take that off the market.
Why not? Bring her back.
Take that off the market.
She was an Evolve.
No, she is an
was.
Evolve. Not was. She is an Evolve.
But
So
she may
anyone
be.
Evolve-
She can get. But anyone in Evolve can get called up at any time. We know this.
No, we don't. No.
Okay.
Guess why?
Okay.
Guess why?
Hold on,
Okay.
What?
The reason why is that they have already done pre-taped matches. So
For
and
Evolve.
yes, months in advance.
Exactly.
So they have to wait
Evolve-
months until it's done in order
Evolve
to
is
do
in
it.
the past, and we've been seeing Kendall Gray and Kelly Armstrong in the background. So why
Yes.
can't they bring in someone different?
Because
I'm just saying with the theory that they can bring in somebody else from Evolve.
They could, but they have to wait months until the Joe knows this. The tapings have to be done in order to be like,
Alex-
okay, you did this shit. Let's take you someplace else. Yes.
They might have already planned this months
Yeah.
ahead of time. And
No.
they might already have known this was going to happen. And they pulled Brinley Reese from all the tapings.
I counter
we don't
that.
know. We don't know.
We don't know, but I counter that. I count. Wait, give me a second.
Alright,
I
go
counted this for a second because they expected Rich Holland to be a star and bury Chase U in order for Rich Holland to be a star. It did
And Rich
not
Holland
work.
ain't been seen yet.
Yes, but I think they did that and realized they fucked up. So they realized, like, you know what? People still love Chase U.
Yeah.
Let's bring back Chase U because we fucked up on an experiment on Rich Holland.
Can we?
But they
think of-
fired Duke Hudson.
Can
They
we,
needed to.
can
Go-
we think
go
of?
dog.
Sorry. Can we think of a women's tag team that could be a part of Chase U?
Ladies and gentlemen, look, we'll be back in 30 seconds thinking about that. That's actually very deep. We'll be back. We'll be back 30 seconds. We'll be back.
Damn, Rican, where you found this? PUWF exclusive. This is the podcast for underappreciated wrestling fans. If you don't like it, suck our D-Walk, Joe BNCO, and the Invisible Man.
Parsley, fries, shrimps.
Okay. All right, hold up. D-Walk, mute yourself a second. Thank you, sir. Joe, because I'm gonna be that kind of bastard. You go first because I still have nobody in my head. I don't have no idea, man. Honestly,
That is a good question, bro.
And let's put this out there. If it's not a women's tag team, at least the alternate is a woman. At least one woman.
Okay, I'm looking at the NXT roster to see who I can find.
Cheater.
That's what I'm doing. So
He's cheating because he knows.
No, I mean, we can't think of it.
because there are no women's tag teams, to be honest, really.
That's a problem. You put us in a fucking
Oh, I
corner.
mean, there's Tatum. There's Tatum and EG. But no.
If you really want to, if you really want to be stupid with it, want to be stupid with it. Let's be stupid. Let's put Nikita Lyons with Chase U. Let's be stupid. Let's be stupid.
Yeah,
No, but wait, hold on. She only likes black guys, though.
We haven't seen.
I
She only
know.
likes black
I
guys, though.
know.
You know that.
That's what makes the most comedic shit in the world. She's going to be with a group of white dudes.
There's no one else, baby. There's no one else in the background that maybe Ren Sinclair.
Hey,
Ren won't jump ship.
Ren's
I'm
with
sorry.
no Puerto Rican.
I'm
Ren's with
sorry.
no Puerto Rican.
If it involving, might as well have a Mandigo party. If it involves Nikita Lyons, figure me out.
Oh, we'll be back in. We'll be back in 20 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. That's just D-Walk. Here we go.
You did
Unless-
it again, D-Wall.
I ain't lying. I'm not
No,
lying.
okay, you know what? We have a button for that too.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Ow.
Okay.
Let's go back
Okay,
to this.
hold on,
Let's go
come
back
on.
to what we're talking
So you
about.
mean to tell me Nikita Lyons, Mandingo party would not be real?
That probably is in real life, but in a wrestling standpoint, now. But either way.
What about
What?
Petrovic?
Go on, Joe.
Petrovic, Mandingo party.
Petrovic only has one black guy, not a Mandingo party. First off,
Okay, I'm thinking of that like prom queen chick that's at
Ariana
TNA.
Grace.
Yeah.
that would kind of work.
She's mostly doing TNA though.
Yeah, but like she's on rental for TNA. She's not permanent TNA. She's rental TNA because her dad's over there. Like,
Yeah, but she's there weekly.
she's
there every
We
week.
haven't seen her.
Yeah, because she ain't got anything solid.
Now, first off,
this could be something solid for her.
exactly. You know what? Kane's right because this could be a diamond in the rough because she is the father. She is the daughter of Santino, who is a legitimate judo champion. The snake thing's just for show. He's a legitimate fucking badass.
I've known Santino since OVW and back when he was playing the character of Boris, a Russian.
Yeah,
And
he actually played a
is
Russian character.
he's very talented. Not only is he talented as a fighter, but he's also very talented as an actor. He does very well at accents, very well at gimmicky stuff like that. I mean, he's very talented.
Then and for Ariana,
Okay.
I say for Ariana it works because Thea Hale got pushed out of her character because of Chase U. Even
Unless
after, still.
the family is breaking up.
Yeah.
What if Rizzo joined?
Russo. Mexico.
No, but that would work.
Hey.
That would work. No, that would work.
Tell me how crazy Rusev look.
Hey, that would be a
Rusev
crazy
look good.
enforcer.
I don't have a family. My family's broken. And I need somewhere to go. And then boom, she goes to Chase U.
I tell you, bro, if they do it right, Rusev could be that hitman.
Yeah.
No, Rusev's never coming to NXT. Hold up.
He can.
No, he can't. That's Rusev can never go back to NXT. Rusev is too big at the moment to go back to a lowly NXT to fight who? Oba? To stand still.
Bro, when I tell you, but they didn't treat him good in main roster.
Wait.
Treat him good at first.
Wait. What if they put Rusev with that group we were talking about earlier?
Which one?
You know which one? Seth Rollins.
No. Rusev is too much of a monster to be like to listen to anybody. He doesn't give a
Why
fuck about
not?
anybody.
Why not?
He
They
doesn't
put
give a fuck about anybody.
What if
Putting
he
they
Paul
put
Heyman
no,
is
they put Ryback and Kurt Hennig's son in
Nexus.
goddamn with Paul Heyman. Becky
Yeah,
Lynch,
but
they already talking about Becky Lynch. They already talking about Becky Lynch.
Again,
They already
that's a
talking
good
about Becky
idea.
Lynch with in a group.
That's Becky Lynch. That's what's about. But either way, that's on Saturday. We'll talk about that on Saturday on PWF.
But yeah, Rizzo would make a lot of sense to me.
Look, top 3 for me: Rizzo, Ren Sinclair, or that one guy you just talked about right now, the one before Rizzo.
Petrovic,
Not Petrovic. Fuck that shit.
Nikita Lyons,
No, not Nikita Lyons either.
Ariana Grace.
Ariana Grace. Because she can get out of her shell and stop being so fucking scared. Because the last match she had, she was scared against Lola Vice. She got her ass kicked.
But
No, and got hit in the fucking head.
hey, but
knocked out.
they already got Braun Breaker. They got Seth Rollins. They talking about Becky Lynch. They talking about Austin Theory. Why not have
Jada Parker. How about that?
No. They gotta have a male. They got one female already. They need to have on.
No, we're talking about NXT D-Walk. We're talking about Chase U.
Yeah, you're on Saturday. We're on Wednesday right now.
So,
Chase U, Chase University.
Yes.
Okay,
dude.
so Andre Chase released.
No, he's not released.
Met
Did you not watch NXT?
No. My bad. What's McCarter release? So Thea Hill, Osborne.
No, we're not putting them back together. No, there's a new fucking Chase U, dumbass. Have you not watched TV? Have you not watched NXT?
So what you have?
Chase U is back.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Andre Chase pulled the shirt out. Did you not watch NXT?
No, Joe.
I did, but I didn't.
Joe drunk walks back. God.
Jesus.
I'm in the middle, bro. Come on, don't judge me, man. Come on.
I'm not judging you, but
I am. Fuck that. I am.
That's Joe. That's not me. Look, that's just damn. Okay, first off.
What the hell did I come into?
Kane. If you had a choice of Chase U, you already got 2 guys in there. That's good. You need one female to fill in the hole because Thea Hale's never coming back. She said it. I'm an alumni. I'm a grown ass woman. She's never coming back.
You need someone like kind of fresh to go on the Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Someone
that's the other thing. Do you want someone that's already pretty somewhat polished, or do you want somebody just fresh though? That what I was thinking about.
Whatever you feel like deserves to be with the story. This is the brand new Chase U.
What's in your heart?
He's gonna be like more crazy as before because he has
You can't.
now. Yeah.
Who can outdo Thea Hill and her potential? You can't.
Thea Hill's not going back though.
But no. But I'm saying, if you do start at Chase University, Thea Hill is like, if you want to do something, that's better than beyond that person. There's no better person to do something beyond Thea Hill, because Thea Hill, she could be a women's champion. She could be at a higher standard than where she at.
Hey,
you can't do it.
She's a higher standard where she's at because when she left Chase U and disappeared, she came back a different person.
So any female there will never be nobody better than Thea Hill. Under Thea Hill.
That's fine. For now, we're looking for a replacement for Chase U. Cardi M, go.
Okay. Excuse me.
I also thinking about Big Mama Pump. I also thinking about her. Big Mama Pump.
It's talking about the muscle and meat bags chick, Jordan Grace.
Okay, yeah.
Jordan Grace. To be honest, let me share my thoughts. I was kind of thinking.
That's how I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like a bodyguard type of, like like a kind of heavyweight character for Chase U, and it could be a man or a woman. So yeah, I don't mind Jordan Grace. For some weird ass reason, Lola Vice kept popping into my head, but that's not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So Jordan Grace, that works.
Yeah.
Because you want somebody, and I know why Lola, because she popped in my head for Chase U also, because you want somebody who is different than the others. Somebody who's going to stand out and stick out. Lola Vice, Nikita Lyons, those names will stick out in a group like that because of who they are.
Yeah.
I think
it just depends on what you're looking for, man.
Son of a bitch, Joe. Now I know it's gonna be Nikita Lyons because because of the frat boys, she's like, oh, I like this kind of party. And Chase U's like, he'll go along with it for like a certain amount of time and be like, all right, we're gonna stop fucking around with this shit. Nikita Lyons, if you want to be a fucking champion, you gotta fucking do the work. Fucking like.
You know what would be crazy?
It would work for North American.
What would be crazy?
Yeah.
If Swipe Right.
Oh fucking.
Do I need to finish that sentence? Do I need to finish that sentence?
Swipe right, 2 men, 1 cup.
All right.
Fuck that.
Swipe right. Put Swipe Right. Put Swipe Right and Lola Vice together.
Yes. Sorry, Joe. Give me one moment.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Damn, who got the oh my God segment? Was it Kane?
Look. Joe's hate for Javon is my hate for Swipe Right, freaking
but they make sense.
Mile High Club motherfuckers.
So y'all can't get mad. Y'all can't get mad at me about Hank and Stank. Y'all can't get mad. So I got Hank and Stank.
But look,
Joe.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wow.
If you do Swipe Right with Lola Vice, you can have the 2 fuck boys with the Chiquita. All right?
Swipe right. Hey, swipe left and right remind me of what's that, Elton? The Pretty Boys and everything, like Pretty Disney. That's who they remind me of.
Dude, can you imagine Swipe Right and Lola comes out dancing and shit, and you'll just see them like swiping right, or
imagine,
flipping dollars out.
Imagine Swipe Right
going out.
Hey, imagine if Swipe Right and Pretty Dilly come out together. That'd be horrible.
I don't want to see that,
ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, check us out tomorrow for the post-review Evolve podcast. Evolve. Fucking Swipe Right's a fucking Swipe Right is a boil on my ass. Okay,
why would you want the fuck boys coming out with the real fuck boys?
No.
Fuck boys and fuck boys, bro.
No, there's fuck
you got
boys.
fuck boys that come out with fuck boys.
Well,
come on.
There's the Swipe Right's fuck boys. Deputy Daily are butt boys.
Yeah.
Butt boys.
No, but
hey, how they say the math? What a plus and a plus equal.
Okay, all right. That's
touching the tips.
They didn't press it at all. Here we go.
Oh my
sorry,
God.
guys.
Oh my God.
How I get penal? Wow.
That was true again. Let's get back to the original thing of this. Okay, let's get back to this. Okay, hey, at the end of it all, I think there's nothing else to talk about because we are done about that. For God's sakes, we're done.
This has been a long one.
I will say this. Look, next week, there was no planned matches for next week, so it's all blind matches next week.
Tag match. This is tag titles.
Oh yeah, Inamura and Briggs versus
Hank and Skank.
Now Hank and Tank. Now
Hank and Stank.
Before we leave, will there be a turn for Briggs against Inamura? Kane to destroy? Yes or no?
Oh, say again? Will there be a return for who?
Well, okay, Briggs.
Josh Briggs turn on Inamura.
Exactly. Once they lose, they're gonna lose. They're not gonna win against Hank and Tank. This is a definite. Okay.
It's probably needed, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
It's probably needed because now they're gonna have to get something else going, bro.
Or look. Hopefully, I hope. Like I promise. Like literally, I got like 4 fingers, 4 toes, eyebrow and everything that Hank and Stank break up and fucking lose the tag team title. Like, I really do. Like, I'll run in front of fucking traffic and hope fucking Hank and Stank break up.
So you,
First off,
so you betting on
okay.
your 4 fingers and 4 toes, bro?
Man,
Yeah, I was
I'm
like,
betting
I have a
everything.
lot.
Hank and Stank
I have a
break
lot
up.
of questions,
Bro,
First off, I was like, "Where's your other 2 fingers and where's your other 2 toes?" Like you're supposed to have 10 and 10.
I got them halfway. No, they halfway crossed. They got them halfway crossed and everything while I'm running across traffic and hoping like they break up while I'm being hit. I'm hoping.
I don't know what's going on here. Ladies and gentlemen, this has merged into PWF on Saturdays. This is fucking crazy shit. First, okay, we're Joe.
Yes.
What the fuck are we talking about? First off,
D-Walk the human velociraptor. Is that what we were talking about?
no. Okay,
That too,
I remember.
Oh,
If it involves Hank and Stank,
Yes,
I will.
Hank and Tank versus Briggs and Inamura. Do you think that Briggs is going to turn on Inamura once they lose? Joe.
No. I hope not.
No.
I really hope that they win the tag titles.
Okay. All right.
I hope Hank and Stank turn against each other. That's what I really hope. I hope they turn against each other, drive across the bridge, and run against each other. That's what I hope.
Oh my god!
I would like to see Hank turn on Skank, because I feel like if they lose the belts, it'd be a good time for one of them to turn on the other.
Yeah,
because the power of friendship is not staying forever.
And then both of them get released though. Both of them get released and go to different companies.
We're not gonna wish the worst on a person that might be released. Look, I'm gonna say this.
We can put him in Chase U then.
Yes, this is a very, very interesting NXT time with D-Walk because it went off the rails and Drunk Walk appeared around.
I'm not drunk yet. Hey man, give me another shot, bro. Hey, I'm not drunk yet.
You kidding? Look. 10 minutes before 9 o'clock, I called this motherfucker. He was still asleep.
1:36:40. I got it right on.
This is gonna be. He was still asleep. 10 minutes to 9. I called him 10 minutes to 9.
Yeah,
he's got a show at 9. 10 minutes to 9. I call this dude. He's still asleep.
Yeah,
it's 11 o'clock over here. But either way,
and then y'all push me to drinking though.
D-Walk, take us away. Let's go.
Where we going?
Hey, good night. Jesus Christ.
No, it's all right. Hey, thank y'all for showing us that thing. Thank y'all for coming through. See y'all Saturday, 9:30. TUWF. Let's go home.
All right, Joe. Thank you for passing by. Hank, the King the Destroyer. Thank you for showing us with your present, like always.
Oh,
see you on
shout
Saturday,
out.
hopefully.
Shout out. Hey, we all gotta get a shout out. Shout out to Black Couch Booking. Shout out to goddamn
Influential.
Terrell. Shout out to
CJ Wolfie.
CJ Wolfie. Shout out to
the Misfit
Nation.
Sean the Don.
BX Sports.
Sean the Don. BX Sports.
Yep.
All that.
By the way, shout out to Arte del Sol, which is ARTEDELSOL. Check him out on Instagram. Rising Instagram channel. So check it out. Shout out to all the friends in the back. Shout out to Drunk Walk. He's always a special friend to pass by.
What? Hold on, man. Hold on.
Again, D-Walk.
Hey, accept us, bro. Hey, everybody, wait. Look. Hey, Brody. Hey, come on, man. Wait. Hey. You gotta wait.
He's swiping right. Leave him alone. He's on Tinder.
Leave him alone. Let him live. All right.
Martel, like throw something.
Okay.
Yeah. See?
Okay. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna say
we
goodnight.
all sober, man. Come on, man. Don't judge us, bro.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot confirm or deny if we're all sober, as he likes to say in life. But I will say, good night to everybody. We'll see you on Saturday. Tomorrow, again, post review episode 8 of Evolve. We got Thatcher versus Bryce Donovan. And a whole bunch. Swipe right popping out of nowhere because Swipe right are fucking Thailand femboys having fun on Saturday night.
Oh, what?
Good night, everybody. My girlfriend's gonna forget.
Lace up your boots, we're about to fight. NXT in the house, bringing the hype. We walk on mic, ready to ignite. Detroit hip-hop, we take it fly. Body slamming, the crowd's going wild. A square circle, we're the kings of the pile. NXT superstars, we're breaking the mold. This Detroit beat will never get old. Step into the ring, feel the adrenaline rush. NXT wrestlers, we're the ones they can't crush. With our moves so smooth, we're the next generation. Detroit hip-hop meets wrestling sensation. Lace up your boots, we're about to fight. NXT in the house, bringing the hype. D-Walk on the mic, ready to ignite. Detroit.